And I hardly ever pray for you. So maybe I'm not such a perfect girl. Don't mean anything to me. I'll forgive you your love. Maybe don't need money. Don't need don't need nothing. Don't call nothing. Maybe I'm not such a perfect girl. Don't need anything to me. I'll forgive you your love. Maybe don't need money. Don't need to me. Don't need nothing. Don't call me. Maybe I'm not such a perfect girl. Don't need anything to me. I'll forgive you your love. Maybe don't need money. Don't need to me. Don't need nothing. Don't call me. I just wonder, the electricity is going outside. I've been stuck in hope maybe it was just a dream. I'm the only one who makes fun of the limit. You and I can wait so fast in a minute. It's like, oh God, you give things for free. Yeah, and I'm hearing me. I've been lying in my bed thinking about you. Yeah, on the radio, and I can feel my heart is beating slowly. I need you so. But it's okay, so never falling for somebody. I get it, but I can love you every single moment. Oh, yeah. 'Cause I've been lying in my bed thinking about you. Yeah, on the radio, and I can feel my heart is beating slowly. I need you so. On my street, I feel on my feet, I feel on my street. I've been lying in my bed thinking about you. Yeah, on the radio, and I can feel my heart is beating slowly. I need you so. Lying in my bed thinking about you. My yeah, on the radio, and I can feel my heart is beating slowly. My I reflect now that's happening on my own, so please don't tell me love has a chance for you and me. Cause I know you'll never take me down. So anybody willing enough to stand me? I'm in the middle of the night in my head hard. Was there anybody willing enough to take me? Oh God, I know I need a place to start. Would you care if I was broken hearted? Or would I feel the same when you're all alone? And when I dream, I know that's where the heart is. Cause all my life I did just to call it home. So please don't tell me love has a chance for you and me. Cause I know you'll never take it down. So anybody willing enough to save me? I'm running my head.
God, that thing's heavy. Every time I think it's heavy.
Oh God, I know I need a place to start. Feeling emotions hard. Feeling emotions taking over. Feeling emotion, moving it up once crazy. But I need to say it's over love. But I need to say it's over love. So anybody willing enough to save me? I'm in the middle and I'm running my head hard. Is there anybody willing enough to save me? Oh God, I know I need a place to start. Anybody willing enough to save me? I'm in the middle and I'm running my head hard. Is there anybody willing enough to save me? Oh God, I know I need a place to start. I'm not the one, I'm not the man. I am something that you'll never understand. I'll never be you, I'll never lie.
I just want to listen to the real version.
I'm not the one, I'm not the man. I am something that you never understand. I'll never be you, I'll never lie. You evil love. I won't die for you. If you want me to, I won't die for you. I'm not your love, I'm not your friend. I am something that you never could prevent. Don't need to worry, don't need to cry. I'm never silent, I'm the reason why. I won't die for you. Want me to you. I won't die for you. I'm the top, if I won't go, after when you said you couldn't, you are back. I'm a dirt, I'm a conscious, I'm not. I really know that you leave. I won't die for you. I won't die for you.
It's always nice to get a successful muscle up first attempt. Oh, I really don't want to do those ball slaps. Why is that the one thing? All right, so here is the workout for today. It's not going to be a fast one. It's going to be 5 rounds for time. Yes, for time, but really mostly just like tracking how long it takes versus sprinting through it. A couple of these things I've never really done in a workout, to be honest. I've never even used a ski erg in a total workout before. So I'm doing 400 meters there, 1 minute L-sit holds. I usually do not do those as a part of the workout either, so that's pretty challenging. So I'm kind of throwing myself a huge curveball right off the bat. 20 GHDs, that'll be simple. 15 D-ball slams, I hate them, but they're definitely just grunt work, doable. The 10 overhead squats will be doable, and the bar muscle ups will be doable. So really it's these first 2 elements in this workout that'll be an interesting kind of a catalyst for potential mayhem and death and destruction. So hopefully we can see everything. I think I've got everything within view. GHDs will be up front, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so this should be an interesting one. It's kind of a little bit all over the place. I usually don't do kind of kitchen sink workouts like this. I usually try to keep it to like 2 to 3, maybe 4 movements at a time. And I usually don't mix in holds and stuff like that, so this will be kind of interesting. So yeah, just in a couple minutes, get this thing started. And in terms of time, I don't know. I'm really not going to hold myself accountable to anything. I'm probably just going to start a 60-minute timer and just see how long it takes. I would be very disappointed if it took more than like 40 minutes. So I think 10 minutes around, which would be 50 minutes, is like insane. So I would be anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, I'll be happy. This is definitely not a sub 30-minute kind of workout. So, and like I said, I don't even know how to necessarily pace myself on the ski machine. So I'm probably going to go slower than I should on that. Because I definitely don't want to blow it up. And L-sits, like I'm going to chop up the L-sits early and often, probably 15-second holds at a time to kind of add up to a minute, and then probably just right through the GHDs. D-ball slams, I'll probably do 8 and 7 with just a little breath in there. Overhead squats all in a row because I don't want to have to snatch it twice. And then the bar muscle ups, we'll just do probably singles, but I don't know. Sometimes actually, a couple times recently, I've surprised myself with bar muscle ups that once I get them going, I can actually do like 2, 3, maybe even 4 in a row. In fact, I might be able to do even all 5 in a row, which I don't know if that's a smart idea. So I'll probably, even if I'm feeling good on them, probably will only do like a 3 and a 2, if anything. All right, we actually got to set up some music for the workout. Do you? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get a timer starting here. All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1. What's up, world? How you feeling out there? Thank you so much for showing up. Celebrate 20 years of invest. And feeling good in this motherfucker. Jerry Hall, you feeling good in this mother? Hey! Twan, you feeling good in this mother? Thomas Guy, you feeling good in this motherfucker? And I know Tony P's feeling good. Bring that beer, son. Don't you shackle your feet. These people feel alive. They reach on the feet. They try to fight your mind. First you shackle your feet. They grab you by the mind. They reach on the feet. Invest your mind. We will invest. Dynamite the rest. People on the ground. And today we will invest. Dynamite the rest. People on the ground. And today going to invest. Taking it back. What is wrong with the world today? The government, the media, or your family. Going to invest. Taking it out. What is wrong with the world today? Government, the media, or your family. Woo! Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I come on bleeding. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. I raise my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I come on bleeding. Do you even care if I tell bleeding? Want to be wrong, want to be right? I'm on my life tonight. Chances up that I might. No relation out of sight. I gotta bloody suicide. Cause I'm losing my sight. Losing my mind. Bitch, somebody will tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight. Losing my mind. Bitch, somebody will tell me I'm fine. I'm never realize I respect you then. Till it was too late, and I was empty within. Hungry, being no chaos, living in the city. Damn, on spot road, with a wild begin. So I started with an awesome mother. No one for myself, and no rep for another. Touch it, run a level on a higher level. Want it, nothing in question the devils. Found out to my side, losing my mind. Need somebody with telling I'm fine. Losing my side, losing my mind. Need somebody with telling I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm right here, I'm cold. I'm cold. I'll cry. I'll cry. I'll cry. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation. Now breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm breathing. Forgive me, God, forgive me, life. Every time I like tonight, blessings out that I might. Mutilation out of sight. And I gotta play suicide. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm right. Nothing's alright. Nothing is fine. I'm running out of cold. Go! 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 Why? Can't go on living this way. Nothing's alright.
Shit, this is.
Rock and roll. Oh, rock and roll. Oh, can't see the fight these days. I'm cutting on the old happiness. The fireworks on my head. Stuck in between my parents. I wish I had someone to talk to. Someone I could come back. I just want to know that truth. I just want to know that truth. Want to know that truth. Broken heart. Run out. Oh, my mother loves me. Just my father in the chair. If I shadow and when you were never ever there. To go through the clay what you did. I think I know the truth. Your father did the same thing to you. Did the same thing to you. I'm tired day and night now. What is wrong with me? Why can't I find out? I've been going day, tired day and night now. What is wrong with me? I cannot find out. I've been going day. Oh, broken home. Alone. It gets back to me alone. Crying by yourself and in a broken home. How could I tell it to all y'all can feel it? The questions I try to fight the old to forget it. To me, a child, she told me I'm the one. Break wild, I'm about to blow like a gun. Stories that I get, I'm now being shot. And again, the death, it's already done. Fall with no soul, lack of control. Cut for the road to the that's so show. What it is, what it all. Process the document, yourself the wall. What is your profit? What is your reason? Do you have a mouth to control my reason? Since it, there's so much what in the street. If it's that, everyone do your fucking shit. That's it. Let me hear the chest shout. That's it. That's it. Wow, I'll shout. Lack of control. God for the love. Shout. That's what I want. Rush up, shout the love. Loud shout. Loud control. God for the love. Shout. That's what I want. Rush up, shout the love. Stop one niggas looking all guilty. A quick good lie, and you best feel things. Believe what is a root to the word. Outcome down when it's cut to the bird. I don't believe from my eyes behold. No, I don't believe from my ears to toe. No, chase it, bitch, I'm a shooter in the street. I'm singing something, don't pull your fucking shit. That's it. That's all. I'll shout, like a bike shout. That's what I'm all I just shout. Whatever that's what I'm on. I'll shout, just off the line. I'll shout, I'll control. That's what I'm all I just shout. Whatever that's what I'm on. I'll shout, just off the line. That's all. That's all. There's no money, there's no possession, only obsession. I don't need that shit. Take my money, take my obsession. just wanna be heard. Loud and clear, all my words coming from within. Man, tell them what you heard. It's about a revolution. In your heart and in your mind. You can find conclusion. Let's get an obsession. Your memories get you out the but I ain't not blessed. Your pocket from stressing. Relate to the system. The jobs that you hate. For that shit you don't need. So man, the room gets space on green. Step back and see. Stop thinking about yourself, stop thinking about there's no money, there's no possessions, obsession. I got things that shit, take my money, take my possessions, take my obsession. I got things that shit. Cause everything's nothing, and emptiness isn't everything. This reality is only just a fucked up drink. With a flesh and a blood that you call your soul. Living inside out, so big that go. Take your money, or black it into the road. Possessions, make it never go to the board. Take it, I want you to learn the best stuff. The heart, the soul, the life, the passion. There's no more. There's no possession. I'm an obsession. I got infection. Take my money. Got possessions. Take my obsession. I got infection. Money. Possession. Obsession. Present yourself, cast your crowns, comb your hair, and lock in. You just can't win, you just can't win, and the things you own, you. No! Take my money, take my possession, take my possession. I don't need that shit. Fuck your money, fuck your possession, fuck your obsession. I don't need that shit. Money, possession, obsession. I don't need that shit. Let's go! What's up, get because the next thing's coming. And you don't know, the next thing is coming. Survival, the thing is for the kids. I don't get you like my happiness to bed. Oh, what you do, my baby, that bell. Take all the energy to bring my strength to run the devil. Sing it, love, to run into my head. That's when I realize about myself. Corruption goes, the sound that I ride. No, the government playing. Yours for ourselves. Remember the crib. Abuse of force, as a razor blades. Remember the crib. Abuse of force, as a razor blades. She finally left him. Had enough of a limit switch. Big takes cover the short. She left him blood. Beat his ass with the bat. Face again, I shouldn't play. Got me sit back so I can stay. Destruction of the family design. Anyhow, the walls of society decline. A century's peace to rise. Like wait to rise. It's alright. We're in love. Can't live with or without. You see, she can't live with them, can't live without them. Just got it down and you can get but the problem is the drama gets deeper. I pump on the reaper, took the last hit percent his ass to the reaper chaos. It's what she saw in the reaper, scared of herself and the power that was in it. To go rock and weigh heavy on her shoulder. Military and society is all what control it. It's alright, we're in love, can't live with. It's alright, we're in love, can't live with or without. We're in love, we're in love. Chill it before it reaches you. It's up for work, it's a rope in the mainland. Whenever it reaches the metropolitan areas, cosmopolitan areas, secure the lines and prepare for departure. Come, it is up a big business. Let's see the big advance the underground. Beat on my style is underground. I'm free, with my red eyes like pen. Big black door, black window. Today's back to vote, electrified in the night shot. Electrified in the night shot. Don't you think that we were that shot? I'm always stop it, it's a captain. Don't you think that we are that shot? I'm always stop it, it's a captain. Stop that.
Can't believe this is the worst part of the work.
Got the government to sit that they're running. Every year, when I drop, this is running. And mom told me that you love to fight. They said you need a black, no city, that's right. What? I think my distance doesn't make me crazy. You still live for me, you know those fuckers are lazy. My blood boils, that turns to oil. Step on my back, go, you get dead, bring this on the cover. Oh, you can sleep with the fishes. My clutches are tight, and I take your head traces. One for your money, two for your curve. Bring for your life, I'm fucked up the world. So you're right, yeah, we feel. So we sit in the neck, promise not that kill. Do you know how it feels? So we get in the neck, yeah, watch your blood flow. I don't like how it feels. Check it. Do you know how it feels? So we get in the neck, yeah, watch your blood spill, break it down. Yo, it's kinda funny how you're running your mouth, man. You're crying a lie, and it's your way out. Come on, betray your friends and your peeps and your family. Living like a snake, living like a bloody thief. Check my sleep, you live like the sheep. From me to y'all, then from y'all back to me. Danger, snakes like a ranger. Now tell me that this guy not a stranger. Now tell me who's school singer? My singer, yeah, you don't need to be a tech licker. One for your money, two for your girl, three for your life, never fuck up your world. Stupid, bitch in the neck, wanna snap that down. Do you know how it feels? Stupid, step in the death, yeah.
Oh,
I don't like how it feels.
oh this one hurts.
Do you know how it feels? The moment it was joyous, falling to destiny. You show your eyes like a video. This living picture that oh, we can wait around you will be sacrificed. A false history is not necessary. No matter what, even if it doesn't feel just and it's not real. Next by side, but
Such an anticlimactic part of the workout. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Oh, they were feeling really terrible. Oh. Wow, 20 GCs are roots of that. Oh my God. We're almost there.
I know.
I can't believe that happened.
I know. More change on color. I become free.
Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Last round. Let's go. Ah! Ah! That's fine. God, Jesus. God, fucking sucks. Fuck. Doesn't feel good. Ah, come on, we're almost done. Come on. Almost done.
You already know the ending. Just believe that. So why do you stand up?
Oh!
I could be too again tonight. If I awoke from my dream, I would wish you was alright. I could be too again tonight. If I awoke from my dream, I would wish you was alright.
Holy. I almost forgot. Here we go. Okay. Well, that was definitely a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. That's okay. That's right. I wasn't ready to do 15 minutes of work, but I did it. Definitely was not ready to do 50. That's all right. That's right. Finished in 47:59. Oh my gosh. Okay, so thoughts. I mean, it's exactly what I thought it would be from the standpoint of it was basically just a kitchen sink kind of workout. Actually, I'm gonna go this way, just put on my shirt. It definitely was a kitchen sink kind of workout. The L sits actually went way better than I thought. I mean, granted, I was only doing 15 to 20 seconds at a time. One round I did like 10 seconds at a time. Yeah, the L-sit section went pretty well. I was really surprised at how bad the GHDs were. Like, I couldn't believe how tough those were. But I think after the ski, which really was the X factor for this workout, was kind of interesting. I just had no idea how to pace the ski. So I just kind of went as hard as I could without feeling like I wanted to throw up. Basically, is what I did on that. So, and like, I mean, let's be real, the L-sits weren't even really L-sits after a while. They were kind of just top position holds with a little leg raise, but that's okay too. I mean, I definitely still felt my abs really engaged. So that was good. It just, there wasn't going to be a perfect L-sit in this kind of workout. I mean, it's 5 total minutes of L-sitting surrounded by all that other shit. I really probably should have just called it a top position hold and just threw in the leg raise if I felt like it. But yeah, it was interesting. GHDs were way harder than I thought they would be. Like I had to break those up like crazy. I think the GHDs and the med ball slams were the hardest part, and the reason is because they were in the middle, right? It's like cardio, static hold, middle, overhead squat, muscle ups. So going into this, I was like, man, I got to do whatever I can to protect the fact that I just don't want any misses on the muscle ups. Didn't get any misses, so that's great. Some felt just absolutely awful. I mean, some of those muscle ups just felt like all arms, no legs, which, you know, obviously a muscle up is arms. But I mean, I just couldn't. I knew I had to go. I knew I had to get going because I basically fell into this pattern of I was to the med ball or the D ball by 25-ish. And then I was to the barbell for overhead squats, which, by the way, doing 50 overhead squats at 75 and not even mentioning the fact that that was one of the hardest parts because it wasn't. Like, that's pretty amazing for me personally. Like, that's huge. That's really huge. Considering my 1 rep max on one time I ever did it was 135 on an overhead squat, one time for 1 rep. Usually I can get up to around 115 about 3 reps before I start getting crazy taxed on an overhead squat. So anyway, long story short, too late to do 50 reps in the middle of all this with 75 and never break, and felt really good. That was pretty fun. Yeah, but this was exactly what I thought it was. I honestly thought it was going to take closer to 40 minutes than 50, but you know, it is what it is. And I think mentally, once I realized, and I realized it in the first round, knowing that it was going to take 50 minutes, I kind of like really rounds 2 through 4, even really 2 through 3.5, I really had to like keep myself in the game because I was like, dude, a lot of it was because it just was so many unknowns. Again, I don't do L-sits and workouts. I've never done ski in a workout. I've never done a moderate load overhead squat going into muscle ups. I rarely ever even do muscle ups. So there was just so many like weird spots. I kind of was like so far out of my element. I never really got into a groove, and that kind of kept throwing me off too. So this was definitely challenging in the sense of not just total volume, not just the movements themselves, but just the mixture of movements. And then you throw in the fact that, like, you know, it's like mentally, it's like if you think something's going to take 10 minutes and it takes 30, that extra 20 minutes is not the same as the first 10 minutes. It's like 9 million times worse because it was time that you didn't expect to have to be there. So definitely going to need a protein shake after this today. Definitely feeling like I need some food. But yeah, that was fun. I mean, the ski machine, man, is just a weird beast. You just can't get in, like, you can get into a rhythm, but you can't, like, you can sit on the row or pull, recover, pull. Even the bike is like, zzz, zzz, zzz. You can kind of get into a rhythm. But the explosive pull of the skier and the recovery aspect of it, there is no recovery. I mean, it's just, I found a couple of times kind of hanging out at the bottom of the downward pull, just kind of be like, ooh, pause, ooh, pause. There's a couple of times I had to do that. So yeah, it definitely was hard. I mean, if I had done this entire workout with starting with rowing, it would have been a completely different beast. Now, it would have still taken a long time. It still would have been terrible, but there would have been at least one element of this that I was feeling super confident on. And that to start every round with something that I'd never tried before was definitely, it honestly kind of felt like day one. Like I felt like I just started doing CrossFit stuff for the first time ever. So, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that feeling. It's like, oh, this is what it feels like to be a newbie, or, oh, this was what it feels like to not program something that is completely within your wheelhouse. I mean, it's so, I don't know why I always take the weekends to do these kind of workouts. I feel like Monday through Friday, I always just want to knock out the like the basics like squats and deadlifts and presses and pulls and just the really basic things. And then for some reason, when it comes to the weekends, I always want to do these random, like, I guess it's really what it is because I'm like, what haven't I done in a while, and or what have I been avoiding? And usually they come around to the same things. Usually, those D-ball slams, I freaking hate those things. That thing felt so heavy. I don't know why it feels so heavy. It feels so heavy, and now I have to go clean up. I've sweated like everywhere. Anyway, if you watched this at all, thanks for watching. Yeah, don't try this one at home unless you're in for just like an hour of work. I can definitely tell you right now though, a fun workout, like a really short one, would be like 30, 20, 10 of calorie ski and like GHD sit-ups. That would just be a fun, quick, boom kind of workout. You can really take any two elements of this workout, to be honest, like a ski muscle ups, a ski overhead squat. Yeah, L-sit, overhead squat. I mean, you could take, D-ball slams, overhead squat, D-ball slams, muscle ups, and make a quick kind of variation on this workout, which would be a lot quicker, more fun. But, and the last thing I'll say too is when it comes to these kind of workouts, sometimes they take this long because sometimes there's just days like this where I just literally, everything that's on this list, I wanted to do. I wanted to do GHDs. I wanted to do D-ball slams. Like whether it's like I knew I needed to or not, or if I just wanted to or not. I sometimes I'll make these big lists of movements I want to do, and I'll start crossing them off. Like, no. Like for instance, I did want to do bench press today, but I know I'm going to do ring push-ups tomorrow. So I was like, no, let's just do pulls instead. Hence the ski erg and the muscle ups. But yeah, so I did actually cross a couple of things off. But really, after looking at these 5 elements, or whatever they even are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, I really couldn't decide. I couldn't decide if I wanted to cut one off. So I just kind of made it, moderate load, moderate reps for each movement. And yeah, it definitely ended up being way more of a beast than I thought, but I got through it. I made it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you soon.